What's up, you guys? Danger Rock here. Today we're going to be going into a time machine and going way back to 2002 because what we have here today is the very first Marvel Legends action figure ever made. This is the Toybiz Captain America from Series 1. I just got this guy in today and we're going to take a closer look at him today and we're going to compare him to some other modern Captain America figures that I have. But before we take a look at the figure itself, we're going to take a look at his packaging. As you can see, this was the clamshell packaging for these figures. They came with a lot of accessories back in the day. Right up here, we got a nice Marvel logo, Series 1, all the different character logos right here on the side. Really old Toybiz packaging. And we're going to take a look at the back, which has a bio read-up of the character. It says, when in 1941, a frail young patriot agreed to be a test case for an experimental super soldier serum, he was transformed into Captain America, the living symbol of freedom. His body is now physically perfect, his courage unmatched, and his fighting skills cannot be equaled. The decades following the war in suspended animation, he was revived by the mighty Avengers, a superhero ground this charismatic born leader would eventually command. At the bottom right here, it says collect them all. The other figures from this wave, you can see the Captain America, which we have right here, Hulk, Iron Man, and Toad. And each one of these came with a collector stand and a comic book, which is really cool. And right at the bottom here, we can see the barcode and the Toybiz Worldwide Toll-Free Customer Service number, which is no longer active because Toybiz is not a thing anymore. But it's still a nice thing to have. And before we take a look at the figure itself, we're going to take a look at his accessories. So he comes with this comic book right here. That says the origin of Captain America, and this comic book was only 2 cents back in the day, but this is not really from 1940s. This is actually a reprint version that came out in 2002, and these comics were not for resale because they only came with these figures, and you could tell this is the one they came with the figure because if you take a look at the back of it, you could see a picture of the Marvel Legends line. So this came in this plastic cover right here for the comic, which is really cool. So setting that aside, other accessories he came with is this wall. I really like the details on the bricks. You could see like there was a window here, but it was broken, and it kind of looks like he's standing on top of a World War II tank, kind of. But what's really cool is he does have one peg hole right here and another one right here on the side on his base, so you could get him into some different poses if you wanted to. And I really like the way the bullets of the World War II tank are sculpted in right here. That's really nice. It's almost like when, because this was just an action figure, which people would just lose the accessories anyway, it's that back then they put all the details in this, which they actually didn't have to do, but they decided to go the extra mile and do it anyway, which is awesome. Right at the bottom here, we can see it says 2002 Marvel Entertainment, made in China. And back here, we have a peg hole right here, which is a wall mountable stand. If you wanted to mount this to a wall, you could. And he does have two more peg holes at the bottom right here, depending on how you want to hang this. So that's really nice. And he also comes with this American flag, which it's just plastic. The flag itself is just a thin paper. But what's really cool is on the packaging, on your stand right here, you can see a peg hole right here where you could plug it right in right there. And if you wiggle this around a little bit, it will actually stay in place. So that's really nice. Now, we're going to take a look at Captain America himself right here, but first we're going to take a look at his shield. What I really like about this shield is, besides that it's really old, is that if we take a look at the back of it, it doesn't just have these two strings which you could fit it in his hand. He also comes with this clip, so you could clip it to his hand right there, and it'll actually stay in place. So if you're moving this around or not, it won't fall off. But now we're going to take a look at the figure itself. I really like it. I like the head sculpt because this is more of like a comic accurate look. I really like the wings right here on this helmet. I think they did a great job with that. And one thing I really like about this figure is the texture of it. Like, it's not just all red, white, and blue. You could actually see, like, here's a closer look at it, is on his uniform, you could actually see, like, the dots on the uniform, where it's like a completely different material, which is cool. And I really do like the black and silver paint they used on this belt right here. That's actually really nice. Same for his boots. They're red. Of course, they're supposed to be sculpted red, but there's actually a lot of detail put into it. Here's a look at him from the back side. And if we look at the bottom of his foot, we could see the year right on there. It just says 2002. Nice, and here are the peg holes that he has. So moving into our articulation, his head can actually rotate a full 360. He has a waist swivel that can fully rotate. And what's really cool about this is that not only does his waist spin, he also has chest articulation. So you can't move him up and down far too much, but it can rotate all the way around. Or if you want to just rotate his waist, that piece can move separately like that. So that's really cool. And taking a look at his legs can rotate right here at the diaphragm. He has bendable knees. He has foot articulation, and something I don't see a lot on the figures of today, he has toe articulation, which is really good too. So that's really nice. And he also has articulation in his arms, his elbows. His hands don't move, but his wrist does. So you can move his wrist up this far up, that far back. And his fingers do move, but they don't move individually. But I think that's really cool. Like, if you wanted to have him like holding his shield up in the air, grabbing his shield, or put him in like an attacking pose, you won't have any problem doing that with this guy. And the arms can move out that far. They could move that far down. So what we're going to do with this guy now is we're going to attach his shield like that. Clips right onto his wrist. And I'm going to move him around a little bit so you can see that his shield will stay on. And now we're going to take his base right here, and we're going to attach him to his base. So he will stand just like that. What I'm trying to do is trying to get the other peg hole in place. So what I could do is I could have him turn this way if I wanted to. And of course, the back of his base came off as I was attaching him to it. So what we want to do is just put it back on. So yeah, he will stay on his base, and you don't actually have to attach the peg holes to it because he could stand on it, balance just fine, just like that. So what I want to do now is let's remove him from his base so we could compare him to some other Captain Americas that we have, since I got a whole bunch of them right here. The first one we're going to start off with is, here is a Hasbro Captain America. I'm going to see what year is this from, because I don't remember what wave this came from. So this one came out in 2016, which is interesting. This is a really nice comic accurate one. It didn't come with the shield. I actually just put the shield on him because this is the one that came with the Civil War 3-pack. So we're gonna put him aside right there. And right here, what I got here is probably my favorite one, because this is the one that came with the Marvel Legends Winter Soldier Mandroid Build-A-Figure wave. Now, of course, I remember this one came out in 2013, and that's really nice. So we're gonna set him here. And the last two I have is the Chris Evans Captain America. So this one came out in the Avengers Endgame wave, even though this is the Avengers 1 costume. He was part of that Thor Build-A-Figure wave. But I actually really like the metallic blue on this one a little bit more. So we're gonna add him to the comparison. And the last one we have, I called it already, is the Endgame suit, Captain America. This is actually the time travel suit, not the regular Endgame suit, but it's still pretty good. The face sculpt on this one is exactly the same as that one right there, because they're both considered Endgame Captain Americas. So we're gonna bring him in. And the last one I'm gonna compare him to, since this, I guess you could consider a comic one, but it has gray boots, is that here we have a Cap minifigure. And yeah, this is really nice. It's kind of hard to tell which one is better because there's just so many of them here. But for as much as I like this new one, but it's actually an old one because I actually just got him in. My favorite is still, I gotta go with this one, because I just like the blue on this one just a little bit better. And this one's great. He pretty much has the same exact articulation as that one right over there, except he could swivel at the elbows a little bit better, but he doesn't have hand articulation, which is a shame because this old Toybiz one does have that. But what would have made this one perfect is if the star on his chest was a little bit bigger, but the Toybiz one just does that better. So it's kind of hard to tell. I don't have the 80th anniversary Captain America, so I can't compare him to that, but they actually did remake this Toybiz one as part of their Hasbro line, which it came with a stand and all kinds of other accessories, which that one was a really great figure, in my opinion. I like that one, but I just like this one a lot better, in my opinion, because this one's old school. This one's a lot older than that one right there. And I just feel like the face look and the body of this one just can't be beat. But it's kind of a close call and it's kind of hard to tell. But in terms of my favorite Marvel Legends Captain America, I'm gonna have to go with that one right there. But still, definitely pick this guy up because he's still a really great one to have. So yeah, this has been my review of the Marvel Legends Toybiz Captain America from way back in the day in 2002. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already for more action figure reviews. And once we reach 500 subscribers, we will be doing an action figure collection, so definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.